All right, so we are live and we're going to be talking about keywords and keyword strategies, looking at keywords in a different light than maybe we're normally used to. And I'm super excited because we have Christian Otto Kelm from Amalyze. So, Christian, thank you for joining us.
Yeah, hello together and welcome back. As a long year tradition, we are here with
Yes.
some cool insights and hopefully new strategies.
Yes, it's always good to have new insights and fresh strategies. And so, because Amazon is a changing world, everything's always changing. In fact, I just noticed a big change for myself, and this isn't necessarily a great one, but I had last week, I had checked my inventory allotment and I could send in like 14,000 units to the US marketplace. Today I checked 3,700.
Well,
Like it went like way down. And so usually I check it every single Monday, but
yeah.
because I've had a lot going on this week, I haven't checked it until today. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So I'm just curious in the comments, folks. Am I the only one who had a big drop off this week? I haven't really kept a temperature pulse of what's going on with everyone else. Have you noticed or heard anything yourself, Christian?
In Europe at the moment, we are not facing that issues, but we know that from the last 4 up to 5 years, it's coming, but nobody knows the clear date when it happens. That is the big problem with it, from my point of view. Of course, they are setting up that additional fees for the big time from I think October to what is it, February or so, where you have to pay more fees, but nobody can give you the exact date from when you should be able to send the products by yourself. Always a big surprise and big impact onto the sellers which have sent it in 1 week before, and now they don't need it for 2, 4, 3, 4, 5 weeks or so, and the other ones immediately, bam, no, you're not able to send anything. That is really, really hard. Year for year, I really don't know what Amazon is doing there.
Yeah, that one, like Amazon, they tend to go in cycles, and hopefully they realize here quickly that they overdid it, because eventually it's going to get to the point it's going to hurt sales if people can't send
Yeah,
stuff in. And
yeah,
so,
absolutely. But
yeah,
the main problem, as usually as we have seen it with coronavirus and so on, as there is so many inventory from other sellers, so
mhm.
the customer will switch from product A to product B. The search behavior will not change. Same keywords, but they will see different products if you are out of stock and cannot build up more inventory, and they start to purchase other products. The only thing behind it is the customer behavior behind it. Bad reviews, worse reviews,
Mm.
or with a feedback for that sellers that are not normally sending so many products, A to C guarantees, and so on. And Amazon will have to move, but I really don't know. The inventory, the warehouses are not full. How should they be full? Normally, it's
Right.
a normal main season.
Yeah, because they were talking before about how they just didn't have enough or
Yeah,
that they overdid it. So,
yes, they have to reduce
during
it.
COVID, they
Yeah,
they
yeah.
created a bunch of warehouses. So apparently, it's not just me. So looking at the comments here, so Yvonne said, "Hi guys." Kim Owens said, "Yes, my inventory was cut by 65%."
60%. Whoa.
Well, mine. So if we let me
Yeah,
just for
yours
fun.
is also hard in percentage. Yeah.
Yeah, and so like because I had done oddly enough, I had flown to New York to do a presentation on managing inventory at the holiday season.
Yeah.
So I took a screenshot of that screenshot. So it was like I can always go back to my PowerPoint to verify my numbers, but I think it was like 14,000. So
Yeah.
if so let me just share my screen here real quick since I have the calculator up. So if I'm now at, let's see, the difference of so let's just call it 3,700 that I can send in now. compared to, let's say it was 14,000 last week, which maybe it wasn't that high. Maybe it was 11,000. I don't know.
70% or so.
Yeah. So that's about almost 75% decrease. So I can only send in 26% of what I could send in before.
Yes,
so
absolutely
craziness there. So yeah, so Kim was, but Kim's not the only one who had that. So Kim, I'm sorry that happened to you, by the way. Looks like Sonia said hello. Kim says it was cleared or confirmed it was her storage. Susan said 60% decrease. Roxana said hello. Tim Leary says yes, got hammered yesterday, terrible. So maybe yours was as bad as mine.
That's really hard.
Yeah. So Michael said went from 58 basically to 33.
Yeah.
So that's
nearly half. Yeah.
Yeah, almost half. Body, hi everyone. Hi folks. They've had this problem for over a year. It really hurt holiday sales. Yeah. So like last year, the worst point for me was like towards the end of the summer, but it started to open up as we got closer to the holidays. So at one point this year over the summer, I was at like 20,000 units I could send in, which I never send in anywhere near that. But it had started to come down a little bit, but it was kind of hovering around like 15,000-ish. And then whoosh. So like right now I have like 700 units available to send in out of the 3,700. So I had to like go back and talk to my warehouse guy real quick of like, okay, let's pause on some of the things I just told you to prepare to send in, because we may have to change that. So it could be staffing issues, stuff like that. UK amount was reduced only slightly. I should check my UK amount, although thankfully I have not given it to the prep center that I use, but I did create a shipment the other day. So I have the labels. So at least once you create the labels, you're good.
Normally,
normally, until they say, sorry, we voided that one. It's been 4 days since you created those labels. It's too long, so we had to create them. That's what I'm hearing too. Warehouses are filling up, and so it's interesting. Maybe Prime Day didn't go as well as they had originally forecasted, and so maybe
that shouldn't be a problem for that whole portfolio near to Black Friday, Cyber Monday week, where you can get rid of the rest of it. Normally there is a portfolio change, we all know that, into the Q4 season with a lot of products, but when the algorithm only targets the last, let's say, 6 months, we are not seeing any sales for that new product, as we have prepared a presentation, I think two days ago, that got live. Advent calendar. When you're now trying to send advent calendars, so 10,000 for the high peak season to Amazon, you really have a problem, and they are saying, no, only 500, that is enough. You will not get any momentum, any sales velocity without own shipment fulfillment by merchant, Prime by merchant, with your own warehouses.
Yeah, so here's the deal. So I kind of knew that I didn't trust the system. Like about a year ago, I decided I was going to look for my own warehouse. So I now have, I'm sitting in my office with the warehouse in the back. So it's not a huge warehouse, like 1,000 square feet.
The garage.
It's basically a garage. Well, it's like a strip of like they call them flex spaces here. So there's offices in the front and warehouses in the back. And I have an agreement with my landlord. He has like a couple of like cars, literally, that he houses.
At the end, they will open it up at Porn Stars, or what it's called, Pawn Stars, Storage Wars.
Oh, Pawn Stars, yes. There's a much different connotation there.
Yes, that was Amazon 2022, the high Q4 season, but I was not able to send anything into it.
Right, exactly. So that will definitely probably make a big difference in my
absolutely
in my strategies of whether or not I do FBM and which SKUs I have available for FBM. as a backup.
And,
FBA will sell better, but FBM will be at least worth
but
trying.
The interesting part is not everybody is knowing that with the different sending methods, small and light, FBA, FBM, and all of that, you have new SKUs. And on Amazon, you're not advertising on an ASIN, you're advertising with your SKUs.
That's
so
an
make
excellent
sure
point.
Make sure you are entering your FBA and FBM SKUs into your advertising. Of course, if not, and you're running out of stock, you will see no advertising anymore with, for example, sponsored products, and you will have big problems with that.
Exactly. And that's an excellent point. And that should be fairly easy to add as a bulk sheet if you're not familiar with bulk sheets. Otherwise, you could just, if you have 2 campaigns, you could just go into each campaign and
you can
at the ad group level add the other SKU. But that's an excellent point, because I don't think a lot of people realize that. Is that you're not advertising the ASIN, you're advertising the offer, and the offer is your SKU. So if you do an FBA and an FBM, you will have a separate SKU for FBM that you will for FBA. And so that's an excellent point. I'm glad you brought that up. So one question that did come up about you as we start to get now closer into the actual presentation, instead of this tangent of everyone's kind of feels beat up with their inventory numbers. What part of Germany are you from?
Born in Thuringia, directly in the middle of Germany. When I moved around Munich, Hamburg, Cologne, and all that big cities. But now I'm staying in Sittensen, in the north of Germany, between Bremen and Hamburg.
Okay, gotcha. And if I remember correctly, you were born when it was East Germany.
in the GDR, DDR, in the East Germany.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay. So you've been there for East Germany, and then the reunited Germany. So, and then now with Amazon Germany.
So, now it's called Europe.
But, now the European Union.
Yes, but we have had little problems for Amazon, like UK Brexit and all that specific VAT problems with taxes. When everybody is coming from the United States and trying to launch a brand in Europe, they are all thinking, what is happening here? That's just a little border like Texas and Florida. Why we are changing all the systems, all the taxes and all that stuff. And that makes it really competitive to start in Europe overall. And the language situation, the language barrier is the next big thing. With the switch from United States to UK, everybody knows that gray and fall and autumn and color. But the French, Italian, Spanish, and German language are a big competition factor when you're launching in Germany and European states.
Yes.
Especially with PPC and SEO, that's really hard to understand.
It can be. Everything's getting more complex. Sometimes there's no logic to things. Prime event only increased traffic by 2.5% in the beauty category.
The Prime exclusive, Prime only.
Doubled our sales with no Prime promotion. It was amazing 4 days. Well, that's good. And so let's see what else we have. Oh, someone did mention that they grew up in Hamburg.
Yeah, nice.
All right. So, and then lots of other people just saying hello along the way. One question did come up about looking to get started, what market to focus on for private label. I'd be curious to hear your opinion, but then I think that Saad should also make sure to go to tomorrow. We have a vast accounting from the UK who will be here talking about international expansion. So, and you're in Germany. So what would you say to someone who came to you and said, which marketplace should I start in?
Typically 2 answers. The one is home and kitchen. Of course, is one of the biggest markets, and you can find a special product for nearly everything. Home and kitchen is one of the biggest categories from decoration to specific products used in the kitchen. The kitchen gadgets are normally coming up with trends year by year by year, so you can find always gold nuggets. But to quote Stephen Pope, always source 3 products. Yeah, one is a miss, one is a hit, and one will go like okay. But normally I would say focus on something where you're into it, where you have your internal motivation for it, where you have a real connection for it. That helps you to solve all the problems with and on Amazon. Of course, when it is a typical Me Too product, you will lose your motivation with all that normal problems. But when you're really into it, it's easier to build a brand, to build a solution, to add some value to your customership, and to make sure to focus on the point of sale, on a really added value, and not the typical dropship, Me Too, search volume optimization, a few budget for advertising, throw it on it and see what happens. So motivation, hobby, or home and kitchen.
Okay, got it. What country do you think they should sell in?
It depends. When you're normally American, you're near to the language. We don't have that problems of reach. Of course, in Germany, only 80 million people. In the United States, I think over 300 million or 260 million. A lot of people. And when you have success in Texas and Florida, you will get rich. Yeah, it's nearly the same like only Germany. It's easier to start in your home country, course to the fact of a language. It's easier to understand. Of course, then please don't start in the little markets like Netherlands, Belgium, Poland, Sweden, Australia, or so. Of course, the chances of being successful are reduced to the limitation of the size of a market.
Right, exactly. There's just fewer people searching for things. But to your point, if you are in Germany and you understand German, Germany is probably a good one to get started. At least
and one of my loveliest hacks is really, really simple. Look at a bestseller and source it in a different color. Let's say sourcing a cooling pad in pink with some glitter in it, and you will become successful. But we have seen over the last 5 to 6 years an anti-color strategy to have a deeper look on what is sold normally, which colors are the normal colors, and how you can be placed with a different color or a specific focused color for gender, man, women, boys, girls, whatever you want. You can focus on that, and with that comes an opportunity with your producers, not producers, manufacturers. Of course, that specific colors are normally a problem in the tooling scenario. So we are not offering that colors. Of course, they are not running well, they are not easy to make, it's more intense in the quality control. But when you're focusing on them and you're making them good, it's really, really cool to build up your own brand with specific colors, and you're only offering pink selections, let's say home and kitchen. We have seen that movement in tools. 5 years ago, the pink hammer, the pink driller, and machines have started, and that was a big success. They were the first women-only pink advent calendars for tools, and so you can really, really focus on so simple.
That's very niche.
Yes, absolutely.
But women's tools advent calendars.
Yeah, that is absolutely a crazy niche. 5 years ago, I would say, oh no, don't try that in your account. But we have seen it over the years. Every category has its own advent calendar. Every product niche had its own calendar. If you're collecting stones, you will find the advent calendar where every day you can find a specific stone in it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. I guess advent calendars have really become more than just chocolate.
Yeah, that's the old school variation. Yeah.
When I was a kid, we'd be lucky if we got chocolate.
Yes.
Sometimes
Now
we just open it up. Right. Exactly. All right. Cool. So yeah, other suggestions people had were solve a problem to create value. as opposed to trying to figure out a way to be unique, because no one else is, because people don't know what they're looking for. So when it comes to what people are looking for, I think leads into a good segue into our conversation here on keywords. So whether someone has a product or they're looking to create a product, what would be some things you could think about to find those right keywords, to know either I'm missing out with my existing products, or certain keywords might indicate where I go with a product, so I know I'm not just shooting at the hip with chocolate for advent calendar or pink women's tools?
Yeah, I think the main problem at the moment is the evolution, not the development of Amazon tools, the evolution of the Amazon tools like search catalog performance, search query performance, brand analytics gets an update day by day. You can find new stuff and new insights in it with all the relevant data to that keywords. But the main problem is at the moment not to find that keywords. I would say that is a normal step, a fundamental basics to figuring out which keywords are relevant. What we have seen that year, that it has become more and more difficult to rank on that keywords. Before 5 years ago, Lightning Deal, 3 years ago, Search Find Buy, 2 years ago, external traffic. Sometimes you will came up to that specific keyword. PPC has lost a lot of its performance impacts. And with that idea behind it, it's a standard procedure with reverse lookups and what every tool is offering you. We are also offering reverse lookup and all that stuff in our databases. From my point of view, there was a mistake in judging that keywords. On the one side, everybody was only searching for high search volume keywords. That is really easy, brand analytics and such stuff. And on the other side, we had that problem that Amazon has announced that data, a normal customer will visit 14 product detail pages before a purchase. So we have a lot of click volume on all the different products. And with the high search volume comes a lot of people to different searches, a lot of products, but then they are going away to the next products. That is our idea for that year. We haven't focused anymore on the keywords. We have tried to focus on the development of the search behavior for specific keywords like Q4, advent calendar, or specific gifts, presents. And on the other side, we have tried to focus on what is happening next. After search and a click for a product, the customer will leave 14 times the product for another product, for inspirational search, for specific comparison. And when we had a deeper look on the different products, and what we have seen was that nearly 50% of a normal product detail page isn't advertised anymore. Also in the SERP, you're seeing a lot of slots that are not normally advertised slots, that are slots given by Amazon, most frequently searched products, customer search. After he searches for that, customer purchases that products after seeing that products, and all that combinations. That were the interesting part. Of course, for example, advent calendar, as we have done it in our speaking slot, is a normal product, a normal keyword, and it's just changing the year. Okay, 2022 instead of 2021. The interesting part was here to see that the slow search volume of a given keywords, everybody knows the keywords behind it, but it's no magic anymore, has grown up step by step by step. And we were not focused on being on that keywords with our ads. We have tried to focus, for example, on product targeting ads. To be the next product that is clicked, we have invested, I think, 5K in September only to get traffic, to be seen, to be clicked. Of course, with that traffic, the customer journey is click by click, search, click the next product. And when you are part of that customer journey, or at the end, hopefully, add to cart or a purchase, Amazon will recognize that. And Amazon will put you in the non-sponsored slots, like customer which have seen that, also looks at, also purchase or advanced purchase that, clicks that, add to cart. And you have a lot of momentum with that. Even the comparison tables, you can come into them, and then you are a compared product to the product the customer was looking on. And that idea has built up a lot of interesting results, as we have shown in the slides on 2 days ago, I think Tuesday. And so our idea is more backwards. Of course, we know the normal terms, that is nothing new, trendy, or a specific new development in new products, or like fidget spinner or the poppets. And so we have figured out that at the beginning of a season, there is less selection and low search volume and a lot of old listings. And the interesting part is old listings like Amazon Advent Calendar 2021 is ranking very well on the normal new terms with Advent Calendar 2022. So we hijack that old products and become relevant course. They were out of stock, they were not available anymore, they had wrong prices, but that were the products the customer has seen first under the normal products. And so with that idea, we hijacked the old listings, and we have just say, hey, we are here, 2022. And with that, we have filled up more and more slots on the different product detail pages that were non-sponsored. At the beginning, of course, we were impression focused, then we were click focused, and we have run through all that listings with all that momentum, and we have become part of every customer journey as one of the shown products. And that was the interesting part we have seen. Of course, normally nobody is surprised over specific keywords. We have all the insights as a tool. We have all the insights directly from Amazon, click rates, add to cart rates, purchase rates. Okay, Amazon is only offering 20 ASINs per niche, not all keywords, not all customer behavior. A few tools have a better idea for that. Data Dive, Amalyze, we are really, really into it. So you can focus on more details, on more niches, but the normal start of a search is one of a big search keywords. But not for the purchases. The purchases comes after that with the long tail keywords, or with the hopping from listing to listing to listing until you find a relevant one. And that was our idea, to really, really hack that system and be part of all non-sponsored placements. At the beginning, of course, the competitors were not on the market. We have started in August, September, really right before the big season Q4, to build up that spots on the non-sponsored placements. With that, now the search volume starts. We are there. We are at the products. And with that customer behavior behind it, we have been grown up into the normal organic keywords. Of course, we have talked about that 1 year ago. Product targeting ads will give you a momentum. You cannot decide for which keywords, but for related keywords, the products you're advertising on. And so when you're advertising on all that specific, not keywords, products for Advent Calendar, men, women, and all that stuff, beauty, tools, suites, and all that, you will gain momentum for the other keywords, Advent Calendar 2022 and so, and you will move up in the organic placements while using, at the beginning, the hijacking of all that products. Then what everybody normally knows, when there's a new product, there are normally no ads on the products. But relative fast, you will see non-sponsored placements, like customers who searched that, also purchased that. And Amazon is giving you that momentum, and you will be placed there. And so from that point now, we are just part of every customer journey in that section. Of course, Amazon has seen our results and relevance 2 months ago, since 2 months. And so the new products have no chance against us, and new listed products are also connected with the relevance of our product. And so that's the funny part in a launch section or a high high shopping on search seasons like Q4. The results and the search volume results of the keywords are given every year. We know that it's a laptop, it's a switch, it's a present for women, a gift for wife, and all that stuff. So the new part here isn't to have a deeper look on keywords. It's more like how I became part of a customer journey in that hard behavior of inspirational shopping. And now let's go back to a really, really deep part in that. What we have seen is, as we have optimized our EBC images. EBC images, you have that little slot image keywords that were normally relevant for Amazon, but it isn't anymore. So from our side in Europe, definitely, we have entered the Google relevant search terms, and all our pictures for EBC.
That's an interesting concept.
Yeah, they are now ranking on Google. Of course, normally in the Q4, you're searching for gift, present, advent calendar. Normally, you will start at Google, or a lot of customers will start on Google. And so we have now a lot of placements directly where, and we can really go with the customer, starting on Google, going to Amazon, going to our products first, maybe. And what we have seen over the last weeks with the new search catalog performance and search query performance, we have really, really a lot of add to carts. And in Europe, we don't have that metric in PPC at the moment. But with that, our invest is better to judge. Of course, we have invested a lot of money over that weeks, and we haven't had good sales. You can see that in the presentation we have done 2 days ago. But now we have ROAS of 7, 8, up to 10 with our advent calendar. And what we have seen before, we have really, really purchased with our advertising non-sponsored slots and a lot of add to carts. And now at the end of October, beginning of November, everybody knows the shipping time until it's here. So now let's start to purchase. You will not see that in PPC, course, the attribution window 7 or 14 days, in the API 30 days. But now we are seeing how it begins. We are top 150 in the main category, top 10,000 in kitchen in end of October. That's really cool. And we haven't focused on keywords. We only really have focused on specific seasonal relevant products. And we have to try to become part of that non-sponsored placements. That was the big strategy. And as at the end, nobody will believe that, but everybody can skip back to Tuesday or purchase the VIP offer to see that presentation again. So that's no problem. But last but not least, okay, yes, we have also advertised for a few keywords. But that we have done special. We have used copy paste for sponsored brand videos, and that was one of my favorite hack since over 2 years. Copy your video campaigns. Of course, you have more than one advertising slot on a normal SERP desktop at the moment. Free videos are possible at the top of search when you have the ad groups. With the ad groups new offered today, but a few sellers were able to use it in a beta, you can place your video on top of search. But you need to have a sponsored brand video with ad groups, and then you can send it to your shop instead to your product detail page. That is the new point behind it. When you have a video at the top, a video in the middle, and video at the end, or on the mobile page, everybody knows it when you're scrolling through sponsored brand video. And to be part of all that slots and ad auctions, you just need to copy paste your advertising campaigns. And that's really, really cool. Of course, when you think about your own shopping behavior, everybody knows that keywords. Okay, that is one part. But the first thing we are doing, 60 up to 70% is mobile shopping. When we enter a search, we start to scroll. And what happens a lot, in my point of view, the first products are mostly clicked, not actively. Of course, I wanted to scroll. I click the product, go back, and then I start to scroll. So the first ads and the first products are scrolled really fast. But when you have to be placed, second sponsored brand, second video, third sponsored brand, third video, that is more interesting to focus on, and that is working with copied sponsored brand videos, and that is really, really cool. So don't focus too much on how I can find that one keyword nobody is looking for. That time is over 3 years ago, maybe. The tools are too detailed. Amazon is offering too many data about that. Keywords, the agencies are high level, the tools are high level. So it's not the norm to find a keyword nobody is looking at. It's more interesting to find a way to be part of the shopping behavior of your customer and hijack that specific non-sponsored parts of the product detail pages and SERPs.
Well, you definitely brought up some interesting questions here that folks have. So we will get to that here in just a second. So no, that's an interesting thesis. And so, in fact, someone did say here that you had a very good presentation and all that. So make sure if you are part of the PPC Mastery Summit, go watch Christian's presentation from Tuesday. If you have a VIP upgrade, you don't have to worry about the timing of it, although you probably want to watch it sooner than later, just so you can implement some of the things he's talking about. But someone did say that, Anna had mentioned that it feels like Amazon is becoming more and more ads now.
No, I don't. What's the word?
I think she's talking about like the search engine page, the search engine results page. Like
no,
more and more placements.
Yeah, with the top placements, a few of them. But what I normally see, when you're looking at the top, that's really easy. Go to brand analytics, go into the top search terms, and go on the 3 most frequently clicked ASIN. Mm-hmm. Just double check if they are above the fold or below the fold. You will see that the results will surprise you immediately. And so I'm not a fan of that. 50-50 ads versus organic, yes, it's okay. But when you're looking on the SERPs on mobile, no chance. Amazon hasn't enough space for more ads.
Yeah, there is still a lot of organic space.
What they have done is, what they've done is normally you see product. In a few categories like fashion and jewelry, you will see 2 products directly to each other. So we have more space for all that products. But I'm really not a fan of what it's called pay to play. I see a lot of clients and brands that are at the moment not using Amazon PPC, not using it very well, and they are all making millions in that business. So I can't copy that. I'm not absolutely fan of it. And you can see it in your own data. When you have normally 30 to 70 situation of PPC sales, 30%, 70 organic. So nobody I know has 100% PPC sales or 80% PPC sales or more than 50% PPC sales.
Although I am looking at it right now and I see, I just looked up USB extender because I was looking for one the other day. So you've got the, at the very top, you've got the sponsored brand, formerly headline. To your point, you've got the 2 products. 1, 2, 3 organic positions. And then there's the carousel of sponsored, highly rated. And then there's a video. And then there's climate pledge friendly, which I think is sponsored.
Yeah, you can.
There's a bunch of results.
Be part of it with specific ads. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, but to your point, there now we're scrolling through, and it's mostly.
When you're switching in the mobile, you see it perfectly. We're always switching organic ad. Normally, what everybody is showing is a typical desktop page above the fold. Every part is an ad. So that is what everybody is showing. But with brand analytics, top 3 most clicked ASIN and the niche analysis product explorer and all that data, you're seeing that there are a lot of products sold on Amazon that are not advertised.
Got it. So JR at Senior said just evidence that judge PPC performance by organic sales as well. Anna said, so should we consider product targeting to be like a loss leading advertising just to get exposure? Is that kind of what you talked about in your presentation, which people thought was informative?
Yeah, but it's one of a parts. Of course, with that data, that was eye-opening, as Amazon said. Normally, a customer will click on 14 product detail pages before a purchase. And on the other side, the product targeting ads are the only ad format that is offered in all 3 of the main ads: sponsored products, sponsored brands, and sponsored displays. So that is really, really interesting to do so. But not only for the competitors, also for your own ASINs to protect them from other attacks. Yeah.
Got it. So yeah, I just double checked. So if they go to 14 pages, theoretically, that's a 7% conversion rate. So although Anna had mentioned that targeting competitors, the conversion's not so good. And some of that is, I think, the behavior of the shopper. If they go down to that little carousel and they're clicking around, which is where most of
Yes.
the ASIN targeting ads are, they're window shoppers. They're
Yes,
more likely
absolutely.
to people that click around from one to the other.
Absolutely. And when you make your product too interesting and you place it on a lot of competitors and you're looking really shining bright, of course they are clicking on it. They want to know, oh, what's that? A little shining diamond. No, I don't want to purchase it, but it looks cool. With cool images, a good title, reviews, you're also getting a lot of click behavior that you're not wanting. And normally, she said, on the competitors. I really don't like to focus on competitors. Of course, it's really, really hard to stop people from their search to click intents. They are looking for that garden chair. Why they should buy your garden chair? It's really, really hard. But when you try to focus on pillows, covers, and lawn furniture and so on, it's easier to become part of the add to cart section instead of only focusing on real competitors in the situation. Buy me instead of the product you're looking on. So that is one of the big mistakes we have seen over the years, that competitor targeting is mostly used at place your garlic press on our garlic press. Nobody's talking about the kitchen bowl and the garlic press, or the knives and the garlic presses. So that's an idea to solve that product. And normally, she said the conversion is bad, then you don't have a problem with your advertising. Your advertising is working well. You are part of an ad auction, you're receiving the impression, you're getting the click. But now on the PDP, your product is not working well. So the advertising was awesome. It has worked. Auction, impression, click, everything is fine. But then the purchase rate is the problem, and that isn't the problem of the ad format.
Well, but on that note, though, wouldn't you agree, though, that if somebody searches for garlic press and they find your garlic press, they're more likely to buy it if they click on it than, say, if they're looking at garden chairs and they see your pillow and they're like, "Oh, that's interesting. Let me click on that," because they're
the pillow and the garden chair is really, really, really too hard. But we are talking about a garden chair and a pillow and a cover for it that is more relevant in the same purchase scenario instead of the same product.
Got it. Now, Peter asked an interesting question here. I'm wondering how to do external traffic, but for sure, I mean, which method really works. So some of that is external traffic. In most cases, is either going to be time or, well, it's pretty much all going to be either time or money or both. Like, if you run blog posts, that's a whole industry outside of here. It's, people that do affiliate blog posts of like the top 5 garden chairs.
Yeah, but that is
and
really, really cool with affiliate behind it, Amazon attribution behind it, brand referral bonus program behind it. That's really, really cool. The problem with external traffic is normally that everybody is talking about external traffic as a system to push your organic ranking. But nobody's talking about external traffic like brand building. You need to build up your channels, your audience, you get connected to them. And when you then have an offer like Prime exclusive or Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and you're sending them to Amazon, they will purchase because they like you, they interact with you on a daily basis in your TikTok, Instagram, Pinterest, whatever accounts, Discord channels, and so on. But take that away from external traffic. Everybody's only talking about external traffic, like how can I push my organic keyword position for that? No, that isn't the deal with external traffic. That is 5 or nearly 10 years ago, the typical behavior behind it. External traffic means the same like brand building, building up your customership, interact with your audience, let them feel emotional, connected to your product, to your added values, and then send them maybe to Amazon, maybe. But why you have to send them to Amazon, of course, to the fees and so on, send them to your shop. You will save a lot of money. That's from my point of view, the big problem with.
So you're saying build an email list?
Yes, that's the thing you start immediately.
That's one thing that people have not talked about, and I probably should have pushed back on some people to bring that one up. And to be honest with you, some people in this space are I'm amazed, could be better when it comes to just creating an email list. Simple landing pages, simple.
Yeah.
This is a whole other strategy. But the thing about email lists is you control that traffic. Yes. Now, you can't control
you own that traffic.
Exactly. It's traffic you own. So you send out an email. If on average 1% of people click, now they're going to usually be pretty darn as long as they're the right people and you've built the right audience, those are people who are going to be very warm to whatever offers you send them.
Absolutely.
And so
that's the problem. That's the problem with external traffic. The situation of measuring if it has any influences on the organic positions for the keyword ever. Search, find, buy is forbidden by Amazon without with specific reasons. But external traffic means at the end the same. It's just a part of brand building, and it's just about getting emotional with your audience and say welcome, say thank you, and please them all the day. And at the end, send that own traffic to a specific point of purchase or information, and then they will start with it. It's nothing more than that. From my point of view, it's a part of a brand building, and it shouldn't be only focused on how I can push some organic rankings. So that was how I understand that question.
Well, no, and that's interesting. So one of the things, yes, to your point, there is a lot of talk about external traffic in somewhat of a transactional nature of, to get more sales, which hopefully bumps up organic ranking, which we don't truly know at the end of the day how well that actually works. Because Amazon never really tells us. You just kind of know, like, okay, I've done these things and my ranking went up or went down, or organic sales.
A lot of measurements years ago. There were cool presentations on YouTube from big players that have measured it and shown it, but they all saying at the moment it's not the same as before. It's changing nearly every year. And so it's more interesting to build up a TikTok range and audience. And when you're then saying, hey, today is Cyber Monday and we have a cool offer for you, because you like us, you're watching every funny video of us, go to Amazon and interact with us. So there are a lot of external traffic sources, and they are really, really easy to use. When we are talking about YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels, Facebook Reels, and TikTok, start with TikTok. And that little cool videos you can directly use for Instagram, Facebook, YouTube Shorts, course, you have different audiences. It's not like everybody is frightened of, oh no, we're now seeing 4 times the same video. No, you're targeting 4 times a new audience, and we're seeing that video once. Nobody is watching a video on, I've seen that on YouTube Shorts. I really don't like to see that on TikTok again. We can just swipe and scroll.
Well, one thing I will just say on that point of external traffic, and do TikTok, you can do this. There's all these different things you could do. We've got over 500 people signed up for the summit, and most of the people watching this are registered for the summit. And I can't say 100% for sure because my data doesn't really, there's not a great way in the data to bridge this on my end, but I can pretty much assume at least 80% of the people who signed up because they were sent an email versus they saw it on social media.
Absolutely.
Social media might be more prominent because people see it all over the place, but where they actually make the decision to click and make a purchase to the summit is email. Amalyze, thank you guys.
But everybody knows you about the years. So that is one situation. If you're new in business, you need all that social interaction on the different platforms.
That's true. You got to bring people
like LinkedIn to build up that email list where you send your mails to get that.
There is a chicken egg problem, but the sooner you start figuring out something with emails,
absolutely,
the better you are going to be. We'll just say that.
Yes.
So I know that was probably not the quick hit that Peter was looking for in that question, but it's definitely something to think about for a long term. If you grow an email list, you're in a much stronger position. One other question: how do you get the data to know if you're featured in the non-ad placement spots on the product detail page? I'm assuming about.
Yeah, what we have done, we have opened up all that different ISINs to have a deeper look on the non-sponsored slots to see if we are placed here. We have shown that in the presentation. We have opened up a lot of ASINs to see, okay, we are here. Okay, maybe we can reduce our advertising here. Okay, here is a slot missing or a spot. More advertising on that ASIN until you are part of that. You have to double check it. At the moment, I don't know any tool, also not for the sponsored parts of a listing which is scraping a normal listing and showing you are part of the customer journey or of a product detail page. We have done it. We are ahead.
Got it. All right, so let's do this. We're getting to the end here. And lots of great conversation happening in the chat between people. And I think we're going to have to probably miss some people's questions. But I know everybody likes it when I do giveaways. And so Amalyze has been a sponsor of many of our events, all the ones this year, all the ones last year, plus I think it was the Global Empire Summit back in 2020, which is about international expansion. So if you would like all of the previous events, previous to this one, that Amalyze was a sponsor of, in the chat, if you type in Amalyze, you can be entered to win. So just look at Christian's shirt, AMALYZE, and you can be entered to win an Amalyze prize pack, so to speak, of all of the sessions that Amalyze was a sponsor of. So just put in Amalyze in the chat, and we will do a drawing here. And so
first we need a countdown, or?
Yes, so we need a countdown. So sheets. And
Edgar should not miss that. Of course, Edgar has asked, is the video going to be available to watch again? Edgar Elizondo, you need to fill in.
If it's this video will stay up on YouTube. If we're talking about
the last video about launching into Q4.
Oh, yes. Yours. Make sure if you don't have a VIP upgrade, I am raising the price tonight, which is Thursday, and then we will stop selling it on Saturday nights. So
that's the cool thing here in Europe. Of course, we have more time from our daily situation to purchase.
yes,
Situation. Yeah. That's really cool. We can purchase that in the night.
yeah, you could theoretically, because your timing is different. All right, so let's do the drawing here real quick. I do have the VIP. If you're a VIP, you probably got confusing emails from me because I meant to schedule one to say, hey, it's 15 minutes out. But I just hit send. So there was probably a little bit of confusion there. So if you're a VIP, sorry about that. So, all right. So Christian, you can see the comments in there, right? Okay. So let me bring up, oh, that was yesterday. All right, cool. All right, so let's do this. If you could, Christian, starting with Michael, give me the names.
Yeah, Michael F. Anna Seidel. Then Sanya Ion Carr. Susan. Peter. Yvonne. Scoreman. Yeah,
what's
just
that?
Scoreman. Scoreman. Yeah,
okay.
Scoreman.
Yeah. Did you get Yvonne?
Kim.
Sorry, did you get Yvonne? Did you say Yvonne?
Yvonne, yes.
Oh, sorry. Then I
after Peter, yes.
Okay. So
at the end, we have to have 12. Then Kim.
Hopefully that didn't just change the winner.
Oh yeah. Right. Of course.
But no, this is at least matching the order it is in StreamYard, at least.
After Scoreman was Kim. Hamza. HAMCA. Set, sorry. Yeah. Roxana. Paulina. Shaikh Owais. And last is Samina.
All right. So we have 13. I want to say last call, going once, going twice. And we have 13 entrances.
Oh, 13.
13.
Oh, no.
Where's we got one. You're lucky. You are so lucky, Elvira. I mean to misspell your name, Elvira.
Last second.
That was a song by the Oak Ridge Boys, Elvira, from the 80s. Oops. Where do we go? Okay, here we go. 14 generates. And 3. So that will be, whoops.
Sanya.
All right.
Sanya, wasn't Sanya born or raised up in Hamburg? I think it was Sanya.
Yes, sorry.
Let me go back to that. It was Sanya. Yeah.
All right, so that was. Wait, what number was it?
3.
3. Okay, so that didn't affect any of the us having it off. So yes, Sonia from Hamburg. LOL, that would have been me if the names were put in the order listed. So just so no one knows, we're not monkeying around here. For whatever reason, and that's a valid point, Susan, the names that you see probably in YouTube might not be the same order of what we see here because we're going by StreamYard, what they are. And so just to show you, it's going to look very meta in case you've never seen this before. If I go to
Michael, Anna, Sanya, exactly.
Yes. Actually, I got to run for sake of time, but it's in a different order. I'll just say that, and I think I've shown it before. But I do want to say before we have to go, because I have the next one here at the top of the hour, everyone is still a winner because they can get a free 14-day trial.
Yes.
So just go to maximizingecommerce.com/Amalyze. It is a very simple landing page. I think it just asks for your name and email address, basically.
Yeah.
But at least you can get yourself started up with a 14-day trial of Amalyze Shield. So that's maximizingecommerce.com/Amalyze. Amalyze is a sponsor, and I may receive some sort of compensation if you go through that link. So I always want to give the proper disclosures. But they're here because they've got good tools, and it's very different than what you see, I think, in a lot of other tools. So this has been a lot of fun. Christian, thank you for joining us and sharing a lot of great information. Congratulations to Sonia. Sonia, please make sure to email me. Otherwise, I won't know which email address I'm putting all that fun stuff onto, but you got a very good prize pack there. And thank you to the folks at Amalyze for being a sponsor, and Christian for putting together the great presentation and the great case study. So thank you, everybody.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.